Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about consumer confidence hitting a low not seen since the last time Trump was in office. So consumer confidence is now at the lowest levels since the last month of Trump's first term. But that's actually not the bad news. I mean, it's bad news, but it's not the worst news. So again, quick recap. Consumer confidence is a gauge that determines how we as American consumers feel about the economy. Facts don't care about your feelings. The economy does. If you're worried about the economy, it influences how you interact with the economy. The Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index of current conditions fell by 7.2 points in March to 92.9. That's the lowest level since the last month Trump was in office last time. And this month's drop was the fourth consecutive drop, meaning it's dropped every month since Trump was elected. But the real news is the future expectations score. The expectations index fell 9.6 points to 65.2. That's the lowest level in 12 years. Other than the obvious sign of a weakening of faith that things will turn around, why does that matter and why is it bad news? Anything below 80 is widely seen as an indication that recession is ahead. When it dipped below that threshold last month, a lot of people who believe in the current economic course believed it would turn around and go back above 80. That did not happen. The exact opposite occurred, and the drop in expectations is pretty severe. But there's news that might be even more of an indication of recession ahead. Stephanie Guashar, senior economist, Global Indicators at the Conference Board, said, quote, "Consumers' optimism about future income, which had held up quite strongly in the past few months, largely vanished, suggesting worries about the economy and labor market have started to spread into consumers' assessments of their personal situations. This is why the economy cares about your feelings. If less people are optimistic about future income, then they might not make large purchases or splurge. If they aren't spending money on finished goods and services, that means the GDP sees less growth. If the habit of spending less really takes hold, you see negative GDP growth, which means recession." The quote shows people looking at the economy as a whole are now starting to look at it through the perspective of their own bank account. That means we'll probably see a shift in spending behavior. These were definitely not the numbers Wall Street was looking for. Literally, they were estimating a score a wee bit higher. But this isn't just a stock market moment. In fact, from where I'm standing, the market seems to be ignoring indications more than the average person. I don't really see many actions at this point that are likely to alter trends. If Trump called off his trade war, that might cause a bit of a rebound, but even though he's softening his stances, I don't see him reversing course enough to reduce the uncertainty being created by his domestic policies. We're probably in for some even bumpier economic times. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.